Hey everyone, Chris here. Welcome to the Thomann YouTube channel with the awesome, my favorite, clean player, clean sound player, Chris Buck. It's incredible. I love your channel, and most importantly, I love your playing.
Oh, thank you.
And it inspired me in many different ways.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, I'm really interested in what you would say is your minimum setup to feel comfortable playing the guitar.
Yeah, I think the PRS J mod and a 62 Strat. No,
Well,
I think as
that's realistic, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's nice and affordable.
Easy.
As long as I've got an amp which has a great clean sound and has reverb, because I am absolutely terrible without reverb.
Who's not terrible?
Yeah, exactly.
with
Yeah,
that?
hides all the mistakes. Unlike delay, which just repeats them. Yeah, as long as I've got a good clean amp, like my normal amp that I use day in day out is the Victory V140.
Okay.
I love the massive headroom of that amp. It's a great sounding clean amp, and it has a lovely real spring reverb tank in there as well. That's very much where I'm at in terms of clean tone. And in pedal, I'm a bit of a pedal fanatic, to be honest. I spend far too much of my life not practicing and buying pedals to make up for any lack of natural talent. And if I've got a kind of dual-sided overdrive, much like yourself, I use the King of Tone.
Oh, that one.
Name drop, again affordable and easy to get hold of.
Easy to get hold of, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be I love and use the King of Tone, but there's so many great-sided dual overdrives out there. Great sounding dual overdrives out there. If I've got one side of it set up for just my basic kind of, rhythm tone or distorted tone number one, if I've got side number two there, just to sort of, this is turning into Spinal Tap, push me over the edge into solo territory, I'm happy with that, to be honest. Everything else is just the sort of, it's the condiments, it's the spices that go in the...
Or the different shades of the same.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I've got 50 million different shades of the same overdrive, so... I'm a bit of a lunatic for overdrives. So, good clean amp. Rev Star or a Strat or whatever. If it's got 6 strings, I'll give it a go. So
okay, cool. It's very interesting because you're one of those players who, by the way, if you don't know Chris, for some weird reason, check out his channel. His playing is so beautiful. I mean, the only word and the first word that comes in my mind when I hear you playing is like so. It has a human element.
Oh, thank you.
Like a singer singing.
Yeah.
Which is funny, which you mentioned before.
I'm a big fan, inevitably growing up, you go through the sort of the standard influences, I guess, as a guitar player. I'm a massive Stevie Ray Vaughan fan, massive Clapton fan, Slash was a huge influence, all of the kind of more usual guys, I guess. And the older I get, the more I find myself listening to the advice my grandfather gave me when I was a kid and listening to great singers, whether it's Frank Sinatra, whether it's Ella Fitzgerald, whether it's Aretha Franklin. I'm a big Sam Cooke fan, Otis Redding. All of these guys who've just got great tone and impeccable phrasing and beautiful timing, and trying in some small way to emulate that sort of, just that vocal kind of element, I guess, whether it's the way you approach notes, whether you slide in and out of notes, try and giving it a little bit more of a fluid and a vocal quality. And I think for me, that's it makes it more interesting and it makes it a little bit more unique, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
But, no, thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
Absolutely, I love listening to. So, can you just play, please?
Oh, cool. Let's have a look. Something like that.
So pretty and so natural. So So what's up with this vocal lines idea? Give me an example. Like,
Yeah,
how
well-
would you approach it?
I guess, you know, one of the things I inevitably probably played in that run then is something,
Okay.
and, you know, speaking over the reverb.
Yeah. Not cool. I know. I do it all the time.
Yeah, for me, it's that microtonal little sort of bend or slide or whatever you would call it. Again, it's trying to approach it. You know, guitarists are a little bit guilty, I guess, of approaching, and you inevitably do it. You approach guitar differently to any other instrument. And
yeah.
it's a case of why do you do that? You know, it's kind of because it's, you know, it's laid out differently to a piano. The notes go that way, or people think the notes go that way as opposed to going this way.
Yeah.
And of course, the notes are all available on one string if you really wanted to. So, and that's how you would approach it as a singer. You don't necessarily have these vast jumps from one note down to another register.
So just think narrower, right?
Yeah, think narrower.
Because-
Think more melodically, and think, you know,
Simpler, I guess.
yeah, simpler. And that's what I'm trying to do, I guess. Ultimately, is simplify my playing and make it more relatable to the, you know, not necessarily a guitar audience who are used to. I don't know. It's just
Flashy stuff.
yeah. I can't do it. Even if I wanted to do it, I can't do it, unfortunately. So I'm going to stick with playing the 4 notes that I do know. It's just a
Maybe
case
more
of
than that.
trying to play them in the right order. I did 6 once, but no, it's just trying to keep it simple and keep it melodic and keep it tasteful and just approach guitar as if you were singing the notes, and it makes it different for me. It makes it a little bit more unique, and we're all just trying to find our own voice, and you know. I'll spend the rest of my days trying to sound more like me and less like the guys that I'm trying to emulate. But
Okay.
it's
Okay.
part of the process, part of the journey of developing as a musician, I guess. So
Cool. What do you say we play a jam?
yeah, absolutely. Man.
Let's go for it. E major.
Yeah, the key of all keys.
But let's start on 2.
Cool. What do we go up to the A?
A.
Back to E. Good fun.
Yeah, I could do this all day. It's so unique and so interesting, and I love playing to you.
Thank you very much.
And
man.
thank you for sharing like your state of mind, like,
Yeah.
what you're focusing on.
It is more. It's not a technique as such. I guess there are technique elements to it.
Oh yeah,
but
like
it's,
the micro
yeah,
slides.
that
which is
kind
like,
of stuff. Yeah,
I just cannot do it. It always like like stumbling upon something.
but the bulk of what I do is just it's more a thought process, and it's more thinking carefully about what notes it is that you're aiming for. And
Yeah.
like I said, I don't know many of them, so
Are you singing inside?
yeah.
Do you imagine the
I
melody?
guess, yeah. I'm not really.
Or is it just you're unconsciousness just...
That's a good point. I probably do think in terms of I definitely think what I would do next if I was singing it.
Okay.
Try not to imagine if I was singing it because
Yeah.
I've sound like a goose farting in the fog. But in terms of note choice, definitely try and think in terms of what an infinitely better singer than myself would do.
Okay.
Like I said, why I'm such a fan of people like Sam Cooke or
Yeah,
Otis Redding, these
yeah.
guys who just had impeccable note choice and impeccable timing. I'm trying to imagine what those guys would do. So
A singer like that, on that level, definitely.
Yeah,
Way
yeah.
younger and way more current is Joey Landreth. For
yeah,
me,
absolutely, yeah.
it's incredible. The way he sings is exactly the way he plays the guitar.
Yeah.
If you don't know Joey Landreth, check him out. Canadian dude, slide player and singer and songwriter.
Yeah.
Incredible talent and does, unimaginable things, for me at least.
Got a great voice as well. I think when you're as good on guitar as Joey is,
Yeah.
your voice inevitably, at least amongst the guitar world, probably flies under the radar a little bit. But
yeah.
great writer, great voice.
And I
hate him.
Yeah, me too. And I love him at the same time.
Yeah.
And his singing is very inspiring and a really good example of imagining a vocal line when you play the guitar. Because he doesn't sing all this Mariah Carey kind of
Yeah,
crazy, no Christina Aguilera, which is way more technique thing and less feeling, even on the guitar as well. But
I guess, again, to sort of touch upon that slide, there's a slide influence in my playing. Again, I can't play slide guitar, but it's trying to sort of emulate that kind of Derek Trucks sort of... And talking over the reverb. Sorry. And such a massive part of that was all entirely on one string.
Yeah.
And the reason, I guess, for doing that, obviously that's doable on...
That's a long reverb.
I know, it's a very long way. I never realised it was so long until you have to wait for it. Well, of course, you can do that over multiple strings, but I think, again, as a singer, your notes are placed in order, as opposed to... So it makes
crazy jumps.
Yeah, exactly, crazy jumps. So it makes sense to sort of approach it a little bit more singer-ish. What's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Singer-like.
As a singer would approach it.
Yeah.
So, but or a slide player, a lot of slide work is done on one string. So, or at least so I'm told. I can't play slide, so I might be making that up. Who knows? But one day.
Well, what counts is how it sounds and how it feels natural to make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as it's doable and it works for you, it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong.
No, absolutely. There's no right or wrong. There's only what works for you, and like I said, I'm still figuring it all out. So.
Yeah. No,
thank you for having me. Thank you for having me here. Thank you for having me on video.
It's my biggest pleasure, really.
I'm probably the least photogenic, palest person that's been put
Don't
in front
worry,
of the camera.
don't worry. You're on camera with me. You're safe. You're
Casper
safe.
the Friendly Ghost, but just the white balance to match my forehead. I
have a bigger forehead, don't worry. All right, guys, take it easy. Chris Buck, check out his channel, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well and hit the bell, otherwise you will not get informed when new videos are showing up. See you in the comment section down there. Thank you all for joining us, and see you very soon.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Bam!
Awesome.